Hello, my name is Marianne Hess. I'm one of the directors of the Global Education Development Institute, or GEDI, and I'm going to do another module as part of our series on how to get settled in the United States. The objectives for this presentation are: list 2 things that should be done prior to your arrival, list 3 things that should be done after your arrival, and discuss 3 challenges that may face the foreign nurse coming to the U.S. So before coming to the U.S., it's very good to make sure that you are planned and ready. Part of that includes your required documentation, your passport, your visa, any immunizations that will be required, taking the TOEFL exam, and also preparing for, if not taking, for your NCLEX examination. In addition, you want to make sure that you have at least arranged for some temporary housing so that you're not at a hotel or out on the street as you're ready to get your permanent housing situated. You also want to ensure that your finances are secure, using a bank that is secure, not your own domestic monetary unit, and maybe even using some credit cards if you can get a bank that will assist you with that. And most importantly, you need to make sure that you get the support of your family and friends, because this is a big event. Whether you'll be going for just 1 week in the U.S. or 1 year, you want to make sure that you're properly prepared and supported by your friends and family. After your arrival, your housing you want to make sure is secure. So that temporary housing that might have been arranged, you just need to make sure that that can continue to be arranged. In addition, you need to be considerate of the transportation. I know many people have their international driver's license and they think that this is the way to go as far as renting a car or buying a car while they're here in the States, but actually public transportation might be a better and more economical way of handling your transportation needs while here in the States. Of course, you need to ensure that you know where you should be shopping, whether it be for medication or food or clothing that you might need during your stay here in the U.S. And you want to arrange a communication method that will be effective, whether you're using the internet with Skype or whether you're using phone cards, and also a landline so that you can call 911 in case there would be a fire at your house or some other type of unforeseen emergency that you might have. Another part of your things that you should be doing after your arrival is you want to assure that you are safe. So do explore where you'd have to go in the middle of the night if you had a dental emergency or another medical emergency. You want to be aware of how to call for help if you would need that, whether it be the fire, police, or an ambulance. And of course, those are all like the negative things that you worry about, but you also want to think about the great adventures that you can have by exploring the different museums, exploring parks, libraries, and other recreational facilities that may be free, or maybe you have to pay a nominal fee, but to get to know that culture better is so important when you're traveling to a new place. Of course, there can be challenges along the way. One of the big challenges is language, and the slang terms, the idioms that might be used, the accents of the different regions in the U.S. can cause a little bit of challenge for visitors, and also the speed at which we speak. So to practice as much as you can, although you might be fluent when you're practicing at home, when you come to the U.S. it can be a totally different story. Another challenge is the culture, especially if you are traveling by yourself, the acculturation of getting used to a new culture, and also that's culture specific to the region of the U.S. that you're going to. You might feel a little lonely at times, and even a little alienation as they're laughing about a joke and you didn't understand the joke at all. It can be a little lonely maybe at times, but also a great way to really experience the culture. And most importantly, if you were here for an exchange, looking at the work practices. The role of the nurse in the U.S. can be different than other parts of the world, and not that one is better than the other, it's just different. So to understand that role and what role you have and what role the nurse has with that medical team and also with the patient. These challenges can be very stressful, but at the same time, that's what makes this a great adventure. In conclusion, by experiencing a new culture can be very challenging, but also very rewarding at the same time. But by being prepared, you can make this transition even easier. I did include a few websites that are credible websites that you can go to. Of course, when you're exploring on the internet, you can find a wide variety, but you want to make sure that you have credible sources. So these are two from the U.S. government about coming to the U.S., and of course also the GEDI website. Thank you so very much for your attention, and I hope this has been helpful to you.